do a brilliant job. And of course, they've got Sean O'Hara's podcast as well.
Certainly
supporting
have.
the team.
Yeah, the Everyday Racer podcast.
The Everyday Racer podcast, indeed, details in the programme. And we're hoping to hook up with him and do a little bit of work. Right, we've got the green flag at the back, which means we're going to have a red light at the front. And the lights go out and away we go. Who's going to hook up? It's going to be Macrae from pole position there. Kershaw gets away quite nicely on second on the grid. Lots of wobbling, weaving, a whole lot of round cans gone into these bikes as well. Amazing amount of colour as we come to the Paddock Bend for the first of 9 times with that. With that Macrae. Who's Macrae? Is it Luke, isn't it?
Luke Macrae.
Technically Macrae's. That's the problem. Lovely
and there's
guys.
one more watching on from the sidelines as well.
Yes.
With Max Macrae. So coming down from Druids in towards Graham Hill Bend, and there's 2 wide there. Luke Macrae looking to go 2 for the price of 1. Doesn't quite get it done, but he does promote himself up into 3rd position ahead of Adrian Kershaw as someone runs on at Graham Hill Bend.
I think Simon's a little bit late to the group.
Well, looks like the 22 machine is in there.
Yeah, that is, I think. Yeah, he's got a little bit wide, he's kept it upright, and he holds on, and he'll get going again quite happily, and maybe play the game of catch-up. He's got a lot of catching up to do. He's just going through Serbies as the leaders now, coming on to the front straight here at Brands Hatch. With a classic slip through the beam as Macrae leads across the line. A little bit behind him. That's going to be a really close battle between O'Hara and Macrae. They're side by side over the line. It's Ollie Macrae, Kershaw, North, Woodall, Marsh, Kearney, Osborne, Corto, Carty, Carver, Hayward, Horner, etc. Let's have a look. Finch has dropped 18 places because he had the problem there. And we also have a problem, though, 29 of them on the group there. So big old field racing around Brands Hatch at the moment. Hamilton comes across the line having made up 4 places. Lots of chopping and changing. Goff makes up 6, Corty makes up 5. Let's see who's losing out. There must be a few losers around there. Carter goes back by 5, but let's not worry about them. Let's worry about the leaders, and it is indeed Luke Macrae still heading the way.
That's his brother. That's his brother. Ollie Macrae's got the inside line, so Ollie Macrae takes the race lead away from his brother Luke Macrae, but Luke will have the cutback and makes his presence felt on the inside of Ollie Macrae. So it's Macrae side by side, 16 and 73, but it is just Luke Macrae, is it, who will lead them across the line. But Sean O'Hara, he wants to get in on the party as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That was proper elbow-to-elbow stuff over the line. That was a great drive to the line there by Luke, and lap record 54.960 on the first flying lap. Well, I don't think that's going to stand, because I reckon we're going to get that down a little bit more.
Ollie has the inside line and just nudges his brother out wide there, so Luke Macrae now relegated down to 2nd position, because Ollie Macrae, number 73, he takes the lead now. As Adrian Kershaw, I think they're in 4th position. Number 23, he is looking good. He's going to find his way through, trying to find the opportunity on the number 7 of Sean O'Hara. 10-second jump start penalties do go out to the number 66 machine of Wood and the 184 of Dean Carver.
Yep, Siggins also dropping back a little bit further there as well. Carver and Wood, they've got relegated to the back of the field, so not a good race for them, but at least it's good news for Simon Finch, because that means he actually picks up a place, at least on the screen. That record 54.960 to get lowered as they come across the line this time. Is there any change? It is Luke from Ollie, from Sean O'Hara, from Kershaw, from Paul. Waddle, 54.64 Kershaw, who is picking up the new lap record.
So as we go up towards Druids once again, that is Luke Macrae who leads the way on bike number 16. So Luke Macrae is leading the way from Ollie Macrae up next. And it looks like Adrian Kershaw did find his way through there, as you said, Keith. So Adrian Kershaw, the number 23, the man who missed out of Snetterton, he's right there in podium contention. As I thought Ollie was going to have a look at Surtees there, but no way through on his brother, who still leads. So 16, Luke Macrae, he has taken 6 wins so far this year in the ThunderBike 500 Championship. But Ollie Macrae, he's only taken 1/3, never a second, and more importantly, never that win. So Ollie Macrae looking for his first win of the season, Keith.
Well, that first win means so much, of course. Is that better?
Oh, that's better.
That's all right. I'm just not quite sure what's happening here with the old accordion phone as they go through Paddock Hill Bend. Indeed, Luke, Ollie, Kershaw, O'Hara, those guys are separated by 0.8 of a second. Not too far behind me, that is Dan North, who was the former lap record holder. He's also in the 54s now. In fact, everybody inside the top half dozen is into the 54s. So that shows you how this class has come along. People who are in mid-55 lap record sooner. Out of Graham Hill we come once again. Doesn't seem to be any great change. The slip-swimming battle goes on, but it's not very long here before they're having to turn through that left-hander at Surtees. Line of stern stuff through Surtees. up towards Clearways. And this is critical. We did see the slightly different lines there. We did see Ollie go a little bit wide, Luke go a little bit wide earlier, then get the cut back on the slight downhill, and that paid dividends by the time they got to the start-finish line. But he plays a little bit safer this time. You can see his brother looking left, looking right. We're going to see a challenge here at Paddock Hill Bend. Is Ollie, does he pull out? No. I tell you what though, Kershaw also looking very threatening indeed. Starting to drop O'Hara and North. We are talking only about 2 or 3 bike lengths. But of course that means you lose that critical toe. In fact, I think North is making a move on O'Hara up into Druids. Has that all come off nicely for him?
It looks like he's still there in fourth position there. So yeah, you're absolutely right there. 5th place now for Sean O'Hara. Dan North does find his way through. Adrian Kershaw looking for an inside move, on Ollie Macrae, but not quite close enough to make the challenge come off. And Dan North will get the run now on Adrian Kershaw. So Dan North up the inside of Adrian Kershaw, and there was not a whole lot of room there, but he just about found a seat width gap there for the number 39 of Dan North, and he promotes himself now up into 3rd position. So this has been a great lap for the number 39. He was 5th, he's now up into 3rd.
Great difference between the lines at Clearways there for the Macrae brothers as well. I have to say I do prefer the slightly higher and wider line that Luke took. It's a classic line through there, and I think it pays dividends on the way out. It certainly paid dividends for him. He's got the gap out to nearly half a second now as the battle continues. Pete Woodall is a little bit further back in this battle. He's 6th place at the moment. He's got a good lead ahead of Abby Marshall. Abby is leading the C1 class ahead of Jake Corty by 0.092, so maybe you need to keep an eye on that. She's also the leading rookie as well. It's Carver, Carter, Osborne, Dwyer, Kearney. All these guys are having great battles.
Also, Luke Macrae's ran wide on the exit of Graham Hill Bend, and Ollie Macrae will have the run on him. Is there enough space there for him to try and find the room? No, but he does lose that lead. It was 0.494 across the line, but look at it now. It's nothing, essentially, as Ollie Macrae is trying to find that gap. I can see the Dan North fan club down here at the bottom of the control tower, wheeling on the number 39. As he's there in 3rd place, but coming under pressure now from Adrian Kershaw, who will have the slipstream there. Sean O'Hara just a 10th or 2 behind them, but it's side by side between Dan North and Adrian Kershaw as they come across the line at the end of lap number 7. So we are now on to the penultimate lap.
We are indeed. That gang of 5 lead the way quite comfortably. They've got a really big gap, 6.5 seconds over Pete Woodall.
Ollie has the outside line on Luke, but can't quite pull it off to go in towards Druids. Luke will park it on the apex there and try and get the drive down in towards Graham Hill Bend. But that means that Ollie Macrae and Adrian Kershaw are side by side now. So Adrian Kershaw around the outside into Graham Hill Bend. He now takes 2nd. Ollie Macrae in 3rd. Dan North again trying to get the run on Ollie Macrae. Is there enough time for him to make a move up the inside of the Surtees? And the answer is no, because Ollie Macrae just about holds on.
Also keeping an eye on that battle for the lead in the lightweights, of course, and it looks like it's going to go the way of Corty at the moment. He's got the better of Marshall. In fact, now he's got past him, he seems to be opening up the gap. But the hurry-up flag is about to get out to these top 5 riders. This is where the action's going to be. I think 2nd and 3rd are holding themselves up just that little bit. This allowed Macrae to open up their side. Oh, how close do you like it? That's a proper little elbow rub going into Paddock Hill Bend there between Kershaw and Macrae. That's how they came across the line there. Oh, have a look. Luke's lead is surely going to be challenged up into Druids. Are they going to anchor up later? No, he's really good on the brakes into the top there. The 5 of them round the corner. We're just losing the one at the back just a little bit. We'll worry about that in a moment. We come down to Graham Hill. Are we going to see a challenge? Kershaw can't quite do it. That is Kershaw. Is that
Kershaw in 2nd place?
Yeah,
Ollie Macrae had great corner speed through Graham Hill Bend. Can he carry it to Surtees? He's got the inside line on Adrian Kershaw. Just nudges him aside there, finds his way up into 2nd place. So it is Luke Macrae leading from Ollie Macrae.
Now which way is we're going to go off the corner here? I think that Luke's going to have the slightly better line. I really feel, yeah, he opens up the gap by 1-2 bike lengths. This is going to be critical as we come to the line for the checkered flag. Here we go. It is going to be Luke Macrae taking the top spot ahead of Ollie Macrae. 3rd place.
Dan North pinched it on the line.
I'm going to say at the line. Absolutely brilliant stuff. 3rd place there for Dan North, the former lap record holder. Kershaw has the consolation prize going from this race in 54.6, giving him the fastest lap of the weekend so far, but we've still another 3 races to go. O'Hara is next across the line, then it's Woodall. Corty takes the lightweight class win. And see, Ollie Macrae, of course, is a heavyweight, so he actually gets the heavyweight class win, so he gets a gold medal for his efforts there. Abby Marshall also takes the rookie win. Then we've got Carver, Carter, Dwyer, Osborne, Kearney, Hayward, Baldry, Big Joe there, 5th of the C3 class. 2nd in the C3 class is Carter. Dwyer is up next. C1, 3rd place goes to Stacey back in 23rd place. This is not the most popular of classes. Motorcycle races don't tend to be the lightest.